Yeah. Alright, so, my thoughts. I'm sad that Chef Boyardee and Coconut are dead because I liked doing Coconut's voice and I liked calling Chef Boyardee. Also, they were babies, they didn't deserve this. Also, it's dead girlfriend hours, I can't believe this. Like, Leona and Coconut were girlfriends, Maya and Four were kind of girlfriends, and now it's... Why? I have never freaked out over a Danganronpa death because I've gotten spoiled for a lot of them, but still, I've never, like, you know, jumped out of my seat or anything. But, like, when I saw what happened to Maya, and when I saw the other body discoveries, like, I was playing with a friend, and I was just, like, freaking out. Because, like, both of us were making predictions as to who was gonna die, and we didn't guess right. Both of us thought we were completely correct in our different predictions, but neither of us were correct. We were super wrong. And Maya is probably dead. I can't be smart for the trial as 4. I'm not that smart. I'm not smart. So what do I do as 4? Doing the voice is fun, but... Maya... Alright, time to actually play. Now is not the time to panic. Now is not the time to make a fuss. I must remain calm and collected. I must remain resilient. And I messed up reading of- Oh god, no! 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 Can I full screen it? Or is it it's a cutscene? I carefully bring Maya to the remaining bed in the nurse's office. The stench of blood is nauseating. I turn around to get a medicine cabinet, but before I can move, I hear a gasp behind me. Maya! No! Don't fake me out! No, I thought it was gonna be like Maya and she like sits up like, oh, I'm alive! But okay. What the hell did you do? Oh no. Listen, Hunter, it's not what it looks like. Maya is still alive. I found her lying in front of my dorm and I took her here where I found the other 2. I'd recommend that you get the others so we can properly address Maya's wounds and begin the investigation for Coconut and Chet's murder. You seriously think I'll let you leave alone with her? What, so you can finish the job? I'll stay here. You go get the others. Great, he thinks I did it. Very well. I'll be back with the others. I suggest you begin wrapping up the wounds on her back. I begin going to every room and knocking on the doors, telling them to gather in the nurse's office. Eventually I make my way back, along with the others. Holy shit! More bodies. Maya? Is Maya dead? Maya isn't dead, however, she was seriously injured. Koji, do you know enough about medicine to address her wounds? I can try! I'll save you, Maya! Koji rushes over to Maya's body, which Hunter is hovering over. A few more people filter in. Oh no, more dead meat! Jesus Christ, Tamako, 2 people fucking died and Maya was injured. Man, I didn't think anyone would have the guts to kill more than 1 person. Chet, Coconut, Maya. Then one last person walks in. Oh, who are we missing? Wait. I don't wanna ruin this. So, Caesar, my boy. Caesar's doing good. Alright. I need to do a head count. Oh god. Usually when I, like, remember all the characters in Danganronpa, I remember them in order of death, so this is not helping. So... Give me a second, I got this! I give up! I'm not good at this. Who is it? Wait, she was here. Oh, maybe it was just, like, predetermined, because, like, the other ones were there, too. Alright. I thought I was missing someone, and I took a whole minute. Oh my god. Coconut? Girlfriend! But... Suddenly, Leona goes quiet, and she looks down. She has no words. Tears begin to make their way down her cheeks and fall to the floor. Girlfriend! We all watch, unsure of what to do. Nobody makes a move. But then someone moves. What? Alright, Ash, I'll tolerate you 1 time, okay? 1 time. Count it. 1. Ash wraps his arms around the crying Leona, and accepting the random act of sympathy, she buries her face in his chest. Everyone stares in surprised shock. Even I have to admit I didn't expect this. Leona sobs as Ash pats her back. Contrasting his actions, he still has that same annoyed look on his face. Everyone stands around watching Leona sob into Ash's chest until someone else appears. Come on, we were just having a moment, damn it!
Oh boy, a double murder! These ones are always so exciting.
I knew he was coming, yet I'm infuriated at his arrival. So what's the deal with double murders? Is there some kind of different procedure?
Nope, just try to find the killer as usual.
What if there are two killers? Like, different people did it? Then I guess all you gotta do is find one of them. What about the other one? Well, I guess under usual circumstances you could try to split the vote and vote for both of them at the same time. But I doubt you kids would really... But I doubt you kids would want to kill two people unless you really felt like dealing out justice. And besides, it's an odd number. What about Maya? With her, that's 10. You really think Maya can participate in the trial in that condition? She's gonna have to sit this one out. Then what if we get it wrong? Will she still get punished along with all of us? Yep, if the class gets it wrong, the entire class gets punished, besides the true killer.
But Maya has been the one that's been pushing us forward for the last two trials.
Leona is now standing with everyone else, albeit with tears in her eyes. Don't worry, we can do this with or without Maya. Oh, I like this turn. Not to mention, the killer is also probably the one that did this to her. This trial is for her too. I believe in my crew. Just because one person is gone doesn't mean we're gonna fail. This is so inspiring. Now I want to solve the mystery. We can do this. It seems as if everyone has found their determination to solve the mystery. Now we need to actually do the solving. Up until now we've relied on Maya's uncanny intuition, but now that she's unconscious, I may have to step up in her place. I have to help out as much as I can. Well, aren't you kids positive? I'm sure that confidence will take you far. So I suppose I'll leave it all to you. My Karakuma voice sucks. I begin to search when Hunter approaches me. I hope you don't think I'm just gonna let you run off and do whatever. I don't understand. I'll be keeping an eye on you until the trial. Fine, just don't get in my way. I'm trying to get this done as much as you are. Looks like I'm gonna have to babysit Hunter. Oh, Maya, girlfriend! Hey Koji, how's Maya doing? She's gonna be out for a while, but she's gonna survive. I've stopped the bleeding and disinfected the wound, so she should be good to go when she wakes up. It'll probably hurt like a bitch, though. I made sure to leave some painkillers for her. That's good to hear. If you're the one taking care of her, I know she's in good hands. Koji, since you've been addressing... Oh, the wounds. Koji, since you've been addressing them, is there anything suspicious about them? Suspicious? Well, I suppose there is one thing. I checked Kokona and Chet's bodies, and the wounds with the most blood flow seem to indicate stabbing. But Maya's wounds indicate more of a slashing motion. I don't know if that means anything, but it's definitely something. I think that could definitely factor into the case. Thank you, Koji. No prob. Maya is a truth bullet. Girlfriend, you won't be forgotten. You will be turned into a bullet. And remembered, we will use you as proof. Do your best, Maya. I'm rooting for you. Karakuma, what the frick do you have to say? I'm assuming you're here for the Karakuma file? That would be correct. Alrighty, here you go. I open up the Karakuma file and begin reading. The victims are Kokona Tamashiro, Super High School level DJ, and Chet Perez, Super High School level astronomer. Both bodies discovered at 8 o'clock a.m. in the nurse's office. Kokona's time of death was 11:30 p.m., and Chet's time of death was 11:40 p.m. That kind of makes it weird, because I forgot to say this earlier, but I was suspecting Tamako because I thought that maybe she was jealous that, like the fact that the motive was to have people, like, leave together. I was thinking that because Chet rejected Tamako in her offer and was like, no, don't kill anyone, don't do that. And since she's been acting weird, I thought that maybe, like, she, like, went crazy and, like, killed the people that had, like, close people to them out of jealousy. But I thought that would have been like Chet first, like a kind of like he'd be the first person she targets or something. Maybe Chet was trying to stop a murder. Maybe this is what it means. So Chet died pretty soon after Kokono. Causes of death unspecified. Great. I wouldn't want to spoil the mystery. Silence, frog. Silence, thought. You shut up, you thought. I loved you. I loved you. Wow. Girlfriend. What? Girlfriend. Hunter, do you notice anything suspicious about this room? The dead bodies? No, look at the floor. What about it? It's completely clear of blood. Look, you can see traces of blood dripping off the beds, but no traces of blood falling to the floor. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Do you think whoever did it might have cleaned the floor? Perhaps. We should remember that detail. It could be important. Clean floor. So, it probably got on their shoes, and that probably means something. There's another room there. I begin to look through the cabinets to see if there's anything suspicious. Oh, this looks important. What is it? Take a look. Inside the cabinet are two bloody tarps. They seem to have been thrown in haphazardly, as if the person who put them there was trying to get rid of them as soon as possible. That's definitely suspicious. I agree. Bloody tarps. It was so deadpan. Bloody tarps. Oh, look what we have in here. It's some bloody tarps. Anything new? Nope. And she will be okay, right? Of course. Maya. Alright, I guess I gotta leave. Oh yeah, there's probably something you should know. What is it? So 2 nights ago I told Maya that she should probably apologize to you about that whole thing. I figured that you would be too stubborn, so I told her that if she wanted to fix things, she would have to make the first move. I see. Hunter's testimony. What? What if these two finally become friends? Aww. Aww. Oliver. Got him. I can't believe someone killed 2 people. Wouldn't that just double the evidence? Not to mention, if someone's killing people just to get out, why would they kill 2 instead of 1? Maybe they're just dumb. I mean, they couldn't even kill Maya, right? Beep. Hey, I think I just saw something that might be important. What is it? Yesterday I saw Kokona slipping something under Liana's door. It might have been a note or something. They want to meet up and be girlfriends. And she didn't knock? Nope, just slipped it under and left. Oliver's account. Why are you angry? You're giving us Thank you, Oliver. Okay, I know I don't appreciate you enough, but I don't suspect you of anything. Don't let that be a jinx, please. Leona, you were close to Kokona. Do you know what she was doing before the murder? Huh? Well, I haven't seen her since yesterday morning, and she wasn't acting weird or anything. Is that it? Of course! And that's it. Alright. Leona? Dot. Don't worry, we'll find the person that did it. Thank you, Leona. Veronica, girlfriend! Looks like this room is messed up too. Looks like someone splashed the table with blood, and the floor is covered in broken glass? That's interesting. Be careful not to get cut. I'm not an idiot, Hunter. Ceremony room, but tilted. Veronica! Have you found anything suspicious? Nothing that you haven't already found. Veronica, I love you. I love all these people. Can we just end the game and like not have anyone die ever, please? Nothing in here. Cold storage. Get caught up in the cold storage. Kodu will never forget you. Aw, the glitch is gone. What's in the dorm hall? Nothing in here. Maybe something in the kitchen. No? Eh. Well, it gives you a little exclamation point, so there's nothing that I'm missing. I say again, there's nothing that I am missing. This hallway is empty. Let's not be here. Hunter, I'm just investigating to make sure. I am most certainly not being paranoid. She's my boyfriend! We should check Chet's room. What's in there? You'll see. Chet. Ah! The music and everything. Oh god. Oh heck. Tamako, I swear to god. You have been like sneaking up on Chet and stuff in the first chapter. Jesus, someone flipped this place on. What's over here? Hey, check this out. What is it? It's a hammer and a knife. A hammer and a knife? Do they have blood on them? I mean, they're both in the water, so they're covered in bloody water. Weapons added to truth bullets. Hammer and knife. What is up? Is Coconut's room as bad as this one? Nope. I checked and it looks pretty much untouched. The only dorm room that's really messed up is this one. Hey, check it out. This water tank is busted. It must be why the floor is covered in water and broken glass. Make sure you watch your step. I swear to God, Hunter, stop thinking I'm inept. I'm not Maya, but I do love her. From the looks of it, something major happened in Chet's room. Blood is splattered throughout the room, and some furniture looks like it has been moved. So, something must have happened here, right? Wow, we got a modern Sherlock Holmes over here. Of course something happened here, dumbass. Can you not see the blood? Yet the bodies were, the bloody was found in there. Yet the bodies were found in the nurse's room. Suspicious. Chet's room. Yes, we are in the room. And over here. Tamako, do you know anything? Well, I might not know. Well, I might know how the killer got into Chet's room. Huh? What do you mean? Do you remember how I took an itsy-bitsy bit of Chet's blood a while back? Yes, it made Mary's trial far more convoluted than necessary. Well, I still do it. Only this time it's voluntary. Chet, why do you let her do this? Huh? He said that it's fine with me. He said that he's fine with me taking blood, as long as I don't take too much. He was a really good kid. So he volunteered to give blood for whatever it is that you do? Yep, and that's why he keeps his door unlocked at night. Shut, you idiot! I love you, but you're stupid. He kept his door unlocked at night? Yep, like I said, he's a sweet kid. I'll have to do a seance later and chat him up. Tamako's account. God damn it! Hey Tamako, if you can talk to ghosts, why don't you just ask Chet and Coconut who killed them? Oh, of course, I'll bring them up right now! And you want fries with that? Huh? I'm not God Hunter, I can't just call upon specific cereal? I'm not God Hunter, I can't just call upon specific spirits willy-nilly. I can't read anything. Alright, bye. You two have a party in here. What's up, Caesar? Right, he just tells me the same thing. So, Coconut... Wait, no. Oh my god! Oh wait, that's my room. I was like, what happened here? And it took me like a whole 5 seconds or something to go like, oh wait, yeah, Maya, dead. Not dead. And here's the scene I found when I woke up. Oh yeah, wasn't Maya right in front of your door? Yes, she was actually leaning against it. I had to force the door open to get it out. Needless to say, it was a very rude awakening. I can imagine. Looks like it's covered in blood too. I can't use my goddamn room because everyone's splattering blood all over the place because no one can go 2 seconds without killing each other, I swear to God! I love her hair. I love looking at the back of her hair because it's like, ooh, pretty, 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 pretty. It's us. Lounge. Nothing. That's a long note. Ah! And in here. No thing. Alrighty. I just gotta be sure. We're gonna go to the trial room, right? Right? It's almost time. Can we really figure it out without Maya? I believe we can. Maya has been the one to carry us until now, but we can't rely on her. She's been carrying the weight of all our lives on her shoulders. I can see the burden when I look into her eyes. We can't let her carry us anymore. We need to continue the fight without relying on her. Maya may be recovering, but if we don't solve this case, all of us will die. That's why I have to fight for her lives, and I don't intend to lose. We'll protect ourselves from Murray, and August, and Kami, Ricardio, Kokona, and Chet. And when Maya wakes up, we'll prove ourselves to her too. You're right. I'm not gonna sit around anymore. I might not be as smart as you two, but I can help as much as I can. When Maya wakes up, I want her to be proud of us. So let's do this. The time draws near and we all gather. Eventually we're all led into the trial room. There's so few of us now! Oh my god. Super high school levels are friends, not food. The moment of truth draws nearer and nearer. We all look around at each other. One of us is hiding a crime, and it's our test to discover the one who did it. Alright, so now that I have a good look at everyone, I can guess. Caesar didn't do it because he's my baby boy. Caesar didn't do it because he's my baby boy. That's the verdict I made. 4 didn't do it because I'm 4. Hunter didn't do it because Hunter's our friend. I'm hoping Koji didn't do it because Koji helped revive Maya, and I don't think he would have done that if, like, he was the culprit. I don't think Leona did it unless she's hiding something, and I really don't want her to be hiding something. I don't want to believe I don't want to believe anyone here did it except Ash, really. From least to most likely, least likely is me, then Hunter, then Caesar, then Koji, then hopefully Leona, then hopefully Victoria, then Ash, and then Oliver, and then Tamako's the most likely, I think. But I don't want to suspect Oliver either. What am I doing? And so it begins. A deadly attack. A deadly lie. A deadly trial. I'll overcome all of it. Trial start! Let's start with the basic explanation of the class trial. It is green and I like it, but someone has not cleaned this fish tank in a long time and it's getting dirty. It's the impression I get. It's like, oh no. It's like the Finding Nemo scene where they're all like, oh no, you need to clean the tank out so we can escape. That's how we escape the school. We gotta get the fish trial tank all dirty, and then Karakuma will let us out to clean the tank. That's what we're doing right now. We're geniuses. So your votes will determine the result, and if you can figure out who done it, then they alone will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides Blackhead and the one that receives everyone will graduate. So we're discussing the murders of Chet Perez and Kokona Tamashiro, along with the attack of Maya Canzanella.
So where do we start?
Man, last time we were able to get into it, Maya told Ash to stop saying dumb shit. Fuck off. How about this? We talk about the place the bodies were found. I can get behind that. Very well. We'll discuss the location where the bodies were discovered. It's time for the real trial to begin. Non-stop debate. So, the bodies were in the nurse's office, right? Oh, whoops, I disputed. Damn it, what was I thinking? I'm 4. My name's 4, I'm 19, and I never learned how to read. Proceed. I remember that's where I first saw him. I think Maya was found somewhere else, but she was moved to the nurse's office so we could take care of her wounds. Yes, sir, I took care of her with my own 2 hands. She'll be better before we know it.
So if the bodies were found in the nurse's office, that must be where they were murdered, right?
I need to turn the music down because, like, I'm listening to it and I'm like, I can't read. Oh. I did another one of those things where I pressed the button just to advance it, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm making an option here. And then I was correct, and it was like, oh, you're right. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, I meant that. Counter.
Huh? They weren't killed in the nurse's office?
I have reason to believe they were killed somewhere else and moved to the nurse's office. They're in an area that seemed far more suspicious to me. Or, there was an area. And where would that be? Chet's room. Chet's room. His room was pretty messed up. But that doesn't even make sense! How so? I'll tell you how so! The idea that the bodies were moved is dumb! That is, unless the killer had telekinesis. I want to agree with that so bad, but I'm pretending to be smart here.
Just spit it out. The blood would have gotten all over the halls.
Counter. Are you saying there's a way they could have done it?
As a matter of fact, I am. They used a tarp. They used tarps that Hunter and I found in the nurse's office.
There were tarps involved? I should have known!
Wait, tarps? In one of the cabinets in the nurse's room, there were 2 tarps covered in blood. I'm assuming they were used to move the bodies without making a mess. So they were killed in Chet's room?
I believe that is the most likely possibility, yes. So what now? Do we move our focus to Chet's room? What was the murder weapon? Yeah, let's talk about the murder weapon. Or weapons? Since 2 people died, maybe there's more than one weapon. I guess that gives us a reason to talk about it. I guess we're going to discuss the murder weapon now. I need to think about what we found in Chet's room. Non-stop debate. I don't really remember any obvious murder weapons. There were a few things in Chet's room that seemed like they could have been weapons. There was a hammer. No, there was a hammer though! Oh, is it? Okay, it's one of those things. There was a hammer. Smash, smash! There was a knife. Stab, stab! And I suppose he could have used the broken glass as a weapon. I don't know, something about that seems wrong. Oh wait, no. Yes. Alright, so smash, smash, stab, stab. Slash, slash. Would you stop fucking interrupting me? I just need to decide which one of those could have been used to kill Chet and Coconut. So it's the hammer, I'm guessing. Or, no, the knife, not. Agree. Oh, I look so suave. I'm like, ah, yeah, that is very correct, my sir. I'm going to agree with that statement right there. That one. So you're saying it was the knife? That's correct. The knife matches best with Coconut and Chet's wounds. She's right. I checked out their wounds and they looked really stabby. But Maya was a bit different. I agree. Based on the description you gave of Maya's wound, I believe that the weapon wasn't the knife. I think Maya had been attacked with a shard of glass. That makes sense. She was apparently attacked way after Coconut and Chet were killed, which probably would have been after the killer left Chet's room.
Why would they be carrying around a shard of glass?
Maybe they brought it with them just in case they were caught? That way, if someone sees them, they could attack that person. Well, that's a pretty risky strategy. They're already pushing it. What do you mean by pushing it? Well, I never mentioned it, but there's a limit to how many people you can kill. Why didn't you mention it? So you didn't tell us all the rules? Are there any other rules we should be worried about? No, I swear that's the only one. So what happens if someone exceeds the limit? They'll get punished, simple as that. So if Maya had died, they would have been executed? Yep, they would have gotten they got real lucky when she survived. They got lucky. That means that it was the same person. Woo 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 woo. Am I using my forebrain now? Wait, I should say it in fourth voice. If they got lucky, then that means that it was the same person, probably. Thank you, Karokuma. Huh? Why are you thanking me? You just confirmed that the killer is one person. Damn it! Now that we know the killer is one person thanks to Karokuma, our most credible source, we can continue on that basis. Why don't we describe the circumstances between the victim's presence in Chet's room? We can assume that Chet was in his room simply because, well, that's his room. However, what was Coconut doing there? Could she have been lured by the killer? What was she and Chet doing something there? Could it have been possible that we're wrong, and that she was killed somewhere else? Leona, please, don't be the culprit! I'm begging you! Once we figure out why Coconut was in Chet's room, we might find out who killed both of them. No. Leona seems to be acting suspicious. Maybe she knows something? So does anyone know what Coconut was doing in Chet's room? Did anyone see her? Maybe she was talking to him about something? What could they have been talking about? The motive, maybe? Are you suggesting that Coconut would take Chet with her if she murdered someone? I didn't know her super well, but wasn't she pretty close to Leona? I feel like Coconut would take her. Hey, speaking of Leona, maybe she knows something. Hey Leona, do you know anything?
What? Me? I have no idea what Coconut was doing yesterday.
Wrong. Why are you lying? Are you sure about that?
Sure about what? You claim to have no idea what Kokona was doing yesterday, but someone else claims otherwise. Huh? I'm telling you, I never saw her yesterday! Was she telling the truth? That's false. I need to think about that person's story again. How would Leona know about Kokona's whereabouts? Huh? I'm telling you, I never saw her yesterday!
I messed up? Oh yeah, she gave her a note. Okay, I was like thinking that a few lines back in my brain, but it didn't click that I needed to like make an action for it. And so I was like, okay, you're wrong.
You're right, you didn't see her, but you did receive something from her. According to Oliver, Kokona slipped a note under your door. Is this true? Just tell us, Leona. We need anything to help us move forward. It's true.
Whoa, so Kokona delivered you a note? Ooh, I'm excited. What was on it?
Kokona told me she was gonna murder Shet.
Kokona, no!
Everyone went silent for a few seconds as it set in.
She what? It shouldn't have been that loud.
What do you mean? So she killed him and then herself?
A murder-suicide? There has to be more to it than that.
She told me she was gonna murder Shet since he seemed like she could take him out without the risk. And she said she would take me with her.
Did you not try to stop her?
Of course I did! I spent the entire day trying to find her, but I couldn't! She must have known I would try to stop her and hid.
But why?
Leona, do you still have the note with you? Yes. Could you read it for us? They might help us get a grasp on the case. If it'll help, then I'll do it. Leona pulls a crumpled up piece of paper out of her pocket and then straightens it out in front of her. Dear Leona.
Oh, now I have to read it in her voice. Hi, Kokona. I guess I'm kidding.
You don't deserve to be here. Before I met you, I was involved in a world full of people that only cared about keeping up appearances and maintaining a carefully composed image. You changed everything. You were one of the first people I met who's truly genuine to others, and to yourself. You aren't afraid to show the people your true colors. And those colors are the most vivid, beautiful array of colors I've ever seen. You're a kind, wonderful person. That's why you can't be here. Someone like you doesn't deserve to be locked up in a place like this. I know you're not the type of person to kill someone, but I can't let you rot here, so I'll do it. I'm going to go after Shet. I'm going to go to his room and kill him with the hammer I got from the storage room. I don't think he'll be able to put up much of a fight. I know you don't want me to do this, but if I can do anything to help you get out of here, I'll do it. And I suppose it's not entirely selfless. I want to get out of here, too. I want to get out of here with you. You've taught me that I don't have to put up my walls, and that I can let down my guards. Every moment I spent with you has helped me learn so much about the world and myself. I want to have moments like that for the rest of my life, and I don't want to waste away here. You deserve to have great things, and if I have to kill to allow that, then I suppose I have no choice. See you soon. Sincerely, Kokona. We all stand around in silence. She died for me. If I had found her and stopped her, I could have prevented everything.
Hey, you can't blame yourself. She acted on her own. You didn't make the decision.
But...
Leona, you can't blame yourself for the actions of others. You weren't the one to do it. But someone did. And it's our job to figure out who it is. We cannot falter. Someone killed both Kokona and Shet. It's our goal to discover the true killer and avenge those who have died. So now that we know this new piece of evidence, we know something new.
What is it?
Kokona did not kill Shet, and she didn't kill herself. What makes you say that? In the note to Leona, Kokona mentions the murder weapon she planned on using, a hammer. Neither Shet nor Kokona showed signs of blood force trauma, only stab wounds. So what does that mean? A. Kokona changed weapons, or B. They were interrupted. Kokona's murder plan was interrupted. Interrupted? Correct. The hammer that was mentioned in the letter is still at the crime scene, and it's impossible for it to have been planted because the only one who knew about the hammer was Leona. So unless Leona is the killer, which may still be a possibility, the hammer had to have been brought by Kokona. Which brings us back to the crime scene. If we discuss the crime scene a bit more, it might bring us to the truth.
Hey, I just realized something. Huh? What is it? So do you all remember the water tank?
Are you distracting us? Are you distracting us? Are you changing the subject?
So do you all remember the water tank in Chet's room that was shattered?
Of course I do. My shoes end up getting soaking wet.
I think the killer might have used the hammer. It might have been used to shatter the glass.
That makes sense. No one else in the room really looked like it. Nothing else in the room really looked like it could have shattered the glass.
But why was it shattered in the first place? It seems so freaking unnecessary.
I'm wondering that too. Some of my voices are the same, I'm sorry.
Then I suppose we know our next conversation topic.
Non-subject.
So why was the glass tank shattered?
I bet the killer needed to get to the fish. No, you idiot.
Maybe we got the cause of death wrong? What if they drowned instead?
This isn't the first case. Well, the first case that didn't happen. I mean, the scene was pretty bloody. What if they used to clean off? What if they used it to clean off? That way they could move around without alerting suspicion. Yeah. I agree with you. I agree. The amount of blood the killer wouldn't... I agree. With the amount of blood the killer would have gotten covered.
But wouldn't they then get soaking wet? That would have left wet splotches in the halls just like August. And my manga and my girlfriend are dead.
Maybe Kokona's reading Leona's manga in the afterlife since Leona's manga died. Not necessarily. Using things like Chet's spare clothes, they could have been able to dry off. Not to mention, they also had a significant amount of time between the murders and when we found the bodies. They could have easily dried off blood after cleaning up.
So the reason the tank was broken was because they smashed it to wash the blood off?
I guess that makes sense. We could go to their room and get a spare outfit, but if they were covered in blood, they would look pretty suspicious. That makes sense, but isn't there something else we haven't really talked about?
What is it?
The ceremony room. It was covered in blood, but we haven't really discussed it. That's been bothering me too, in all honesty. Why could there possibly have been blood in the ceremony room? Looks like our next discussion will be over the ceremony room. We're closing in on the killer. I can feel it. Are we? So how did the blood get to the ceremony room? Maybe it was brought there?
What if we were somehow wrong about the crime scene? Maybe the ceremony room is really where one or more of them was really murdered.
Are we seriously doing this again? They're murdered in Chet's room. Alright. No, wait, I meant to press down. Whoops. Oh, whoops. Thank you, Caesar.
The blood was brought there?
Yes, and it connects to another strange thing I noticed in the case. Did anyone else notice how there wasn't any blood on the floor in the nurse's office? Oh yeah, I remember you pointing that out. I believe the killer used something like a jar or a bottle to collect the blood dripping from the tables, which they brought to the ceremony room. They're gonna frame Tamako, right? But why? Maybe it was to throw us off track? Good thing we didn't fall for it. Maybe we could ask the killer themselves. Oh god, place your votes. Victoria? Huh? So it is Victoria? Did you figure it out? It's simple, really. We just have to think about why the killer was in Chet's room. Once you think about who could have known they simply could enter his room, the answer becomes clear. Wait, so it was Tamako? Okay. I'm happy I didn't react more to Victoria saying something.
So who was it?
I glanced around at everyone near me. The killer was...
No!
I was ready for 4 to be smart and lead me by the hand and be like, oh, here was the killer. You don't have to think for yourself. Just listen to me because I have a brain and you do not. You have one functional brain cell and everybody watching this knows that already because of because of that too, because you can't make proper sentences. Anyways, it has to have been Tamako, right? Counter? Oh, I'm right. It was you, Tamako Fujiwara. Huh? We need to think about this from a logical perspective. I doubt the killer would go in Chet's room if they didn't think they could get in. They would have had to know the door was unlocked. It would have been impossible to convince him to let them in, because at the time he was being attacked by Kokona. However, you knew that his door was unlocked, and because you and Chet had an agreement. What could you possibly mean by agreement? Ever since we arrived, you've been taking Chet's blood.
and eventually you reach an agreement where he consented to the donations. On certain nights, you would go in and visit him and take his blood, and he would know, and you knew his door was unlocked.
That's bogus! Utter horse manure! Those accusations are ridiculous! She's just like... Where's your proof? Show me the proof!
Normally, this part would be Maya's job.
Let me guess. You want me to spell everything out for you so you can shoot me down? Ain't happening, sister!
Did I say that was what I'd do?
Nani?
I'm going to do this my own way. You may be hiding behind it now, but I'm going to blind you with the truth.
Give me your best shot. I've always wanted a true battle like this.
She really has snapped, hasn't she? Prepare yourself, Tamako.
Because I won't back down. Tamako looks crazy, oh my god.
Now, Tamako, I'm not going to let you push any more lies forward. I'm going to show you my truth, so let me lay out the facts. The first person to plan their murder was... The murder weapon that this person used was... This person went to... The person arrived and... This murder didn't just involve one person. This, in a way, was a group effort. Kokona also planned the murder, specifically to kill Shad. She equipped herself with a hammer and went to his room where she attempted to attack him. However, she wasn't able to kill him, and this is the part where the true killer comes in. The person to enter the room was... The person came with a knife and was planning on... The first person to die was... After killing the remaining person, the killer used the hammer to... Now is the part where the true killer comes into play. You came into the room, and when you saw Kokona, you stabbed her in the back, which is where the wound was found. After that, you killed Shed and found yourself a double murder. After both murders, you would have been covered in blood, which is when you used the hammer that Kokona brought. You shattered the water tank and used the water to clean yourself off. Now begins the part where you covered it up.
I can't believe I did these 2 rounds perfectly, but I'm probably jinxing it by saying this.
After drying off, you... After taking the blood into the nurse's office, you... After finishing up in the nurse's office, you... Then, after you're done in the...
Oh, whoops. I messed up. No, I jinxed it! Oh no. Well, I know the answers to these, so it shouldn't be that tough.
First person planning murder.
I'm kind of confused because it's like, in the first rapid fire argument, when, like, if you messed up on the second or third stage, it sent you all the way back to the first one. But on the second trial, when you messed up, it, like, only sent you back to the beginning of whatever stage you were at, or whatever round you were at.
After finishing up in the nurse's office, you... Then when you're done in the ceremony room, you attacked Maya.
No! I was ready for that to be like the super cool part where I actually say the entire line for once and then it's like, oh yeah, this is it, this is the answer. But I messed up. Kokona hammer shuts room, the knuckle shut.
First person to enter the ring was Tamako. The person was planning on taking shots, but the person that died was Kokona, and then they burst the tank to clean off.
Brink?
After drying off, you...
Well, it didn't say the tarps were supposed to be in the nurse's office, so maybe it's this.
After drying off, you got a tarp. After taking the bodies to the nurse's office, you...
I couldn't do that fast enough.
After taking the bodies to the nurse's office, you collected their blood. After finishing up in the nurse's office, you splattered blood in the ceremony room. Then after you were done in the ceremony room, you went
It attacked Maya. Yeah! I said that very hesitantly.
And now begins the cover-up. After killing both Chet and Tamako and drying off, he went to the storage room to get tarps, which were used to carry both the bodies to the nurse's office. In the nurse's room, he used a kind of glass container, such as a jar or bottle, to catch the blood that was dripping from the vents. This blood would be taken to the ceremony room where it would be splattered on the table and the bottles would get shattered. After that, you left to go back to your room with just a piece of glass in case you need a weapon. You saw Maya standing in front of my door, and to avoid getting seen, you slashed her in the back, causing her to go unconscious. You have no alibi. The only one that could have reasonably killed Chet and Tamako and attacked Maya has to be you. You... Oh geez, I guess she really did do it. Figured she'd snap eventually. You were the one that killed Coconut?
You simpletons! You'd think I was the killer. If I went. Frick, I was trying to go for like voice acting. I messed up. Forget I said, oh god, her eyes are gone. For a second I thought that it was like Caesar's pupils were, like that they're yellow and that you can't see them, but they're not there. I think maybe like she actually got possessed by the demons because she was saying that she couldn't hear their voice, so maybe she was like actually trying to have a moral compass. But then Chet rejected her and she was like desperate, and the demons are like, haha, gotcha. Don't you know? Killers are executed, but I, the great Tamako Fujiwara, cannot die. The dead bend to my command. I would never sink so low to commit such a crime. It's foolish, simply, utterly foolish. Jesus, what the hell has gotten into her?
She looks weird. It's as if she's possessed?
Well, yeah, her eyes are gone.
What the hell's going on? It seems as if you're finally showing your true colors.
My true colors? You would love that, wouldn't you? I bet you fancy yourself to be quite the detective. So, is the detective gonna spell everything out for me? Just like Maya always did? Just try it, I'll never get in.
I'll do exactly as she did, so sit quietly as I spell out the truth.
Ooh, I love you.
Climatic finale. The case starts off with a plan. For murder. Coconut decided she would take advantage of the motive and escape Fiona, and her victim would be Chet Perez. She figured he wouldn't be able to fight back, and would be an easy victim, so she took a hammer from the storage room and went to his room. And when the moment was right, she attacked. However, they were interrupted. Before Coconut should... I'm losing brain cells by the minute. However, they were interrupted. Before Coconut could strike a killing blow, the true killer came in. They knew that the room would be unlocked because they would occasionally meet Chet and take his blood. The killer saw Coconut in the room and attacked. Then they killed Coconut right in front of Chet.
No, that's traumatizing. Oh no, baby! He's like, no, please stop, I'm just a baby. This poor baby.
The killer then turned their knife on the Chet, who had just witnessed the crime. And he, like Coconut, became another murder victim. However, by now the killer was covered in blood and would need to take care of the bodies. And the only place they could get water to clean off was the water tank in the room.
Smash.
After they dried off, the killer began the process of hiding the crime. They began by wrapping the bodies in tarps, then taking them to the nurse's office. They then collected blood from the bodies, using some kind of glass container like a bottle or a jar. Then, using that blood, they went into the ceremony room and splashed it around, possibly to throw off the investigation. As they finished off their plot, they ran into trouble in the form of Maya Kanzino, standing in front of my door. This shocked them as they realized that if she saw them, they would immediately become suspicious. So they used that shard of glass they had been carrying and attacked Maya. And that is how the killer was able to kill Coconut Tamashiro and Chet Perez, as well as attack Maya Kanzanella. That person had to be you, Tamako Fujiwara, the super high school Neville. You did it! She's just looking at me, like she's staring into my soul. She's like, you can't read words well. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Oh god, demon eyes. I rest my case.
So is it voting time? Is it? Gosh, I'm so excited.
The voting booths appear, and we all begin to enter our votes. Tamako remains silent, but all eyes are glancing at her. Eventually, everyone has entered their votes, and the booths disappear.
Looks like all of you voted Tamako Fujiwara, and you were correct.
So she really did it. I guess I can't say this was a major shocker. Honestly, I was counting down the days until she killed someone. Never thought it would be 2 people. So Tamako, we're going to get an explanation, or will this go unexplained, just like pretty much everything else you do? I suppose I should explain. In your summary, you missed a few details, and I can't say I want to go out without some justification.
Huh? She changed again.
First of all, I never wanted to kill Shet. As hard as it may be to believe, I considered him a close friend. During those bloodletting sessions, I was able to get to know him. He was a really good kid, just naive. I went in expecting a regular meeting, but instead I saw Kokona trying to attack him with the hammer. I had a knife in my hand, and my friend was being attacked, so I did what anyone else would do. I helped him. But Kokona ended up dead. She was lying on the floor, bloody, and Shet was shaking in the corner, staring at me in horror. Poor Shet! At this point, I knew there was no way out of what I had done. I tried to reason with him. I told him that if he didn't tell anyone, or even helped me cover it up, I would bring him with me using the motive. But he refused.
Daga kotowaru. Just like Coconut, she just revives herself for the one line. Like Tamako's like, hey, Shet, can you help me and I'll let you out? And Coconut just survives. She's like, Daga kotowaru. And she falls back dead. Coconut.
I saw what happened to August and Kami. I didn't want that to happen to me. So I did what I had to do.
So you were friends with Shet?
I suppose. It wasn't a typical friendship, but I trusted him. Shet was a trustworthy person. I take my regret in killing someone like him to the grave, along with everything else I've done. Tamako, you're acting different. Has everything until now been an act? In a way, yes, but not in the way you'd think. What does that mean? I am not Tamako Fujiwara. I never was.
Huh?
Then who are you? Buckle up, because this is going to be a pretty long and hard to believe story. For a while I've been somewhat out of myself. Ever since we've arrived, I felt like I don't quite belong in my body. Almost as if I was sharing my body with someone else. It's been getting worse and making me increasingly paranoid to the point where I could barely sleep at night. It was the signs of possession.
Are you seriously trying to say you were possessed?
Let me finish. After I killed Kokona and Shet, I realized I had an opportunity. With that much blood, I could perform an extra powerful exorcism. Maybe that would help me get out of whatever was in my head. So I collected their blood and took it to the ceremony room where I performed the exorcism.
I was gonna say, because like, taking it to the ceremony room and like making it seem like it was framed for murder would just only make yourself look like a murderer, because that's the kind of stuff Tamako would do. So that wouldn't make sense.
But now it makes sense. And that's when my revelation occurred. Now, Tamako Fujiwara was a nice girl by all accounts. She loved playing with friends and drawings and sweets like any other kid. Why was she suddenly talking about her childhood? However, one day something terrible happened. She was walking across the road and an absent-minded truck driver didn't notice her. However, just before the collision, Tamako received a miraculous burst of reflex and strength and jumped out of the way. It was a miracle she had gotten out with nothing but a few scrapes and bruises, but that something else happened. She fell into a deep sleep and went comatose.
She talked about this in her free time events. But I thought it was just some kind of like Miuruma stuff. But it's not.
Eventually she woke up, but now she's different. She developed an unhealthy obsession with the supernatural, and would spend hours reading books about ghosts and demons. Her personality did a complete 180, and she became a creepy girl, obsessed with the occult. But that wasn't Tamako. That was me. And I'm the ghost possessing Tamako's body. Huh? Ghost? Toast? Ghost! What's going on? When she survived the accident, it was because in that moment she was closer to death than before. She was possessed. I'm not sure who I was or when I died, but I was floating around her, and her near-death experience caused a door for me to go through. That coma was just the period I needed where I was adjusting to her body, for I wasn't aware of what I had done. During that period, her memories and her body became mine, but I became the dominant personality. Perhaps deep down I knew what I was, and that's why I became so obsessed with the supernatural. I lived my entire life in someone else's body, unaware of who I really was. And now in this place of death where I'm constantly nearing what could be my own end, I feel the afterlife tugging at me, and I realize this body isn't mine. And at that moment I face a dilemma. Do I complete the exorcism and give Tamako control of her body back, or do I continue to leave mine? But I couldn't do that trapped in her. I resolve myself to escape so I can give myself time to make that choice. But in the end, I guess I'll return to the afterlife, and Tamako will have never lived past her young age. But maybe that's just fate. Do you seriously expect us to believe that? Believe what you want. I suppose I could just be making things up as a way to cope, but it's real to me, and I want you to know that. I have a question. What is it? If you had escaped, do you know whether you would have been able to complete the exorcism or not? I think I would know what to do. What is it? I wouldn't do it. Why? I suppose I've become attached to this life. I've traveled the world and I've seen its worst, but also its best. I've met people from all walks of life and heard their stories. My parents might not be my own, but they're the ones who raised me. And this body may be borrowed, but the life I lived was my own. To bring the real Tamako back, a girl who skipped years ahead into a world she doesn't know anymore, I could never do it. I feel horrible knowing that it's my fault that this little girl is trapped away in her soul, but that gave me a chance to live a life. If I had never possessed her, she would have died. I guess it's fate. And while I'm about to die, I'm happy. I'm happy that I was able to live my own life. Blah blah blah, I'm getting bored of listening to this sob story. Let's wrap it up with this grand finale. I know many of you were scared of me, but I prepared a very special execution for Tamako Fujiwara, the super high school level supernaturalist. But thank you. I'm glad that I was able to be Tamako with all of you. Are you ready? Let's do this! And Tamako, I'm sorry for never giving you the chance to live. I hope you get to go to a better place. Execution time. Tamako finds herself in the dark execution room. Surrounding her is a huge pentagram, drawn with some kind of white material. Then in the corner something catches her eye. One of the ends of the star catches on fire. More fires start to other points of the star, and the flames begin to approach Tamako. As the flames surround her, sweat forms profusely on her skin. Her eyes are held tight and she looks terrified. But then, her expression of fear is changed to one of confusion. She takes an innocent, "Oh no, Tamako! No!" The fire consumes her. She couldn't do so much as scream as her entire body burns up. Eventually the fires begin to dim. And soon they're gone, leaving nothing but a shriveled, burned corpse. Oh no! With the last one I was slowing down so much, and then I had to rush the end, so I was trying to rush this one so I didn't have to rush it when it got to the climatic point, but then it ended really quickly. Whoops. Just like Tamako did! Them's the jokes, folks! This is bad. Tamako, no! Tamako! The execution ends, and we all sit in a circle, shocked. Do you think she was lying? At this point, I'm not sure. Tamako probably has some kind of mental illness. I refuse to believe she was possessed. Yeah, there's no way she actually saw ghosts. I'm sure she was just, I agree. At this point, I'm not sure what I believe. What do you think, For? It doesn't really matter. What do you mean? Whether she was possessed or not doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we can't prove anything. But I doubt she would lie to us just as she was about to die. So whether it was true or not doesn't matter because it was real to her. She lived the life she felt was true, and didn't regret that. I suppose I can respect her for that. All we can do now is live the lives we believe in. Our lives are the only thing we have left. I have to disagree. Those aren't the only things we have left. We have each other, too. We need to learn to trust in each other. Aww. Well said, bro. If we can't believe in each other, we can only believe in ourselves. And if you only believe in yourself, that's just lonely. So I'm glad to have you guys as my crew. I guess I could stand to put my faith in you guys a bit more. I guess I never really knew that side of Kokona, but I can't give up my faith in others. I know Kokono is a good person, and I know that all of you are good people, even if you try to hide it. I'll trust you all. This is dumb. You guys realize we just saw someone die, right? And that's why I have to hold on to hope. Do you see now, 4? You can't just rely on yourself. We're all in it together, so trust us.
Good character arc! Ah! Ah! Emotions.
I suppose. There's no doubt about it. Our numbers are dwindling. But I need to have faith in those of us that are still alive. Maya is my friend. I realize that now. I can't just hold petty grudges against her. So I'll have to have faith in others. I can trust others. After all, I still have my goal. I have to take down Freedom Academy.
Blah 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 blah. I don't know what the heck that's supposed to mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare it done more. Chapter 3. Tamiko's dead. I can't believe it.